The watermelon load that turned out to be the load from hell gave me my first ever overweight ticket in 13 years. Also, the load was rejected by Walmart. Walmart hacked me off. Got some idiots and ass-wagons on video, and a cow at a truck stop, and more on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker filmed before a live and furry studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Broadcasting live from the Clutch Trucker Studios, currently located at the TA Baltimore. Yep, in obviously Baltimore, Maryland, where, yeah, it's very hot today. This is Friday, the 20th. I've been meaning to put this video together for days. I've just been so busy and everything's been going so crazy, and you'll see why. Here we're under a heat index warning in the Baltimore area. They say the first time it's going to be hitting the 90 degrees heat index area since last fall, and it's hot out there. Yeah, I delivered a load today that I picked up yesterday in Elmira, New York, a load of ducting, but it was double-walled ducting. It was heavy stuff. Filled the trailer and delivered out here today, and I've got a load that I'm picking up tomorrow south of here, about 128 miles south into Virginia, that goes up to Portsmouth, New Hampshire for Sunday, because I'll be picking it up tomorrow, Saturday, and it delivers on Sunday. And then I have a good feeling I'm going to get stuck there in Portsmouth, New Hampshire until Monday, so I'm prepared for that. So anyway, yeah, my first ever overweight ticket. That watermelon load turned into the load from hell. Yes, for those of you scoring at home, you remember I picked it up in South Florida there, south of Tampa, at Frey Farms. And I picked it up on Sunday, Sunday morning, and it was delivering Monday night at midnight in New Albany, Mississippi, just southeast of Memphis. And I used my Appway, which I had thought I had calibrated correctly. I remember though, when I calibrated it on a full load, it was only about a 30,000 pound load. It was not a full, like 42,000 pound load. So I thought I was okay. And then this happened. Well, I just got what I believe is a bullshit overweight scale ticket, or overweight ticket, here at the second Florida way station I've been through so far today. I went through the first one just north of Wildwood and was on their scale, got weighed. They gave me the green light, I moved on, which obviously says I was not overweight, or at least significantly enough overweight that they just thought I needed to be given a ticket and fined. And yet here, they claimed I was. I weighed on their left scale, I went in and I argued with them. Showed them my Appway. They said, well, that doesn't matter. They had me weigh on the second scale, which I was lighter on by a little bit. I asked them when the last time their scales were calibrated. They said, well, we get them calibrated once a year. Like, well, a lot can change in a year. So they wrote me a ticket. It's only for $68, which is less than I was expecting. They say I'm 1,300 pounds overweight. There's a Love's 1.5 miles up the road. I'm going to go up there and get on the cat scale just to see who's right, whether I am or they are. And if they are, that means my Appway's off by, well, about 1,500 pounds. So, you can see right there to the left where that truck is coming off the scale. That's the second one I weighed on. A lot of trucks, as they come across these scales, they brake too hard, they accelerate too quick coming off of them, all of which can disrupt the calibration. So I'm going to be really, really curious to see whether it's them or me.
Left on County Road 255 North.
There's this Jimmy's across from the Love's, just to the left here. I'm going to go there instead of Love's. It looks like this is going to be a little easier to deal with. Some car.
Arriving at Love's truck
right
care on the right. Please drive to highlighted route.
Alright. Now we shall see who is correct. Because it was a hard left turn onto the scale, I have to pull all the way through to make sure my trailer is straight and it's all the way on the scale, and then back up and make sure I'm completely straight on the scale, because I want to make sure I get a really accurate weight. So that's why you see me pull all the way through it, and then now I'm backing up just to make sure I'm going to get the most accurate weight I possibly can and make sure all 18 wheels are on the scale. Alright, well, apparently my app weight was wrong. Cat scale shows about the same thing. Here's a picture of that. So at least I took the advantage of the time, the chance to recalibrate my app weigh to what the cat scale just said. You know, takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. I am not a big man. Fletch too, by the way. So yeah, I admit when I'm wrong, and I am wrong. Apparently the app weigh failed me on this one. Cost me $68. At least. It's not more than that. But, you know, this is why I have the app weigh. I'm trying to be legal. That's why I told him. I said, look, I'm not trying to be illegal. Look, here's my thing. I went through another scale. They didn't write me up. They weighed me. So, but unfortunately, the cat scale shows almost exactly what they say, about 1,300 pounds over. So, I got to eat this one. Not happy, Bob. Let's hope it's going to be correct from now on. I actually edged it a little bit high. So, you know, it's going to tell me maybe I'll look a lot more accurate. And if it's a little bit higher, I'd rather have it be that way than a little bit low. Yes, I was wrong and I was over. So I admit that. It's just kind of pisses me off. I was trying to be legal. It's not like I went out and said, hey, I'm going to try to make sure I'm overweight. Yeah, we're going to try to make sure we're heavy. So that's all over. I get back on the road, and there's this little box truck in front of me, or a little flatbed truck in front of me, and this like 4x4 post about a foot long flies up off his bed, and I have to dodge out of the way to avoid it. And now the ever-famous clutch trucker zoom and slow-mo. All right, look very carefully. There it is right there. And I'm freeze-framing it, so look at that. And it flies right by. Yeah, if I hadn't dodged out of the way, can you imagine what a 4x4 post, you know, a foot long would do damage? What kind of damage that would do? Luckily, I avoided it. Oh no, but now this load from hell is not done yet. Next, we get to Walmart for my 12:15 a.m. appointment. So I'm finally trying to get rid of this well overweight load of watermelons here at the Walmart Distribution Center in New Albany, Mississippi. My appointment was for 12:15. I was here at 12:10. Checked into the guard shack. But this is one of those places, I haven't run into this at a Walmart Distribution Center in a long, long time. You go check in at the office. Well, of course, now you're past your appointment time. They make you fill out this form and timestamp it. So that was at about 12:20, 12:23. So, see, they can already now say, oh, well, you were late, which is a bunch of bullshit. A lot of Walmarts won't let you on the property more than a half hour beforehand. This is why I didn't bother showing up early. And plus, I got delayed. We'll find out later about this whole overweight ticket, which ended up being my fault. I have recalibrated everything, so hopefully that won't happen again in the future. But let me just show you what's happening here now. Everybody else is just parking willy-nilly in front of me and this truck parked next to me, who are parked where we're supposed to be. And now this I gotta blame on the drivers and on Walmart, because they should have known they keep putting all these trailers here. This is the truck parking area. Well, there were only 2 slots open. So now everybody else who's coming in for their appointment times, which were obviously after mine, are now all parked out here, blocking people trying to pick up other trailers. There was already a guy who had to confront other drivers to make them move so he could get his trailer. You see there's stacked 3 over there on the back. There's this guy here, there's this guy here in front of me, and this guy over here. Now, if they call me for a door, I can't frickin' move without having to go knock on somebody else's door and go, get out of my damn way. Like I say, I blame the truck driver, but I also blame Walmart for not having their crap together here. Most Walmarts I've been to in the past couple of years haven't been too bad. They usually get you in and out within 2 hours, but I don't have good feelings about this one. Alright, well they just gave me a door 310. They said there may still be a truck in there. And I still got these idiots blocking me. So I've got to go at least knock on that guy's door and tell him to frickin' move. Well, this just keeps getting better and better. 5.5 hours later, they finally call me and say, well, come in and get your paperwork. They didn't, apparently they'd taken it all off and then reloaded it. And apparently have rejected it for decay. What the hell am I supposed to do with it? And the girl at the gate says, well, you didn't look in your trailer before you left? I said, well, there was somebody waiting for my dock. I was trying to be nice. And get out of the way, and I knew I had to close the doors when I came out. I looked at my suspension gauge and realized that it didn't look like you unloaded anything. So apparently they took it all off and then put it all back on. So now I have to go back and talk to the receiving office and find out what the hell happened. Yeah, so I go back to the office and talk to the lady. I said, well, you know, you could have told me when I came in to pick up my paperwork that you were rejecting the entire load. Oh, well, she didn't tell you that? No. Oh, well, I thought she told you that. No, she didn't. So, now what do? I've got this entire load of watermelon. What am I supposed to do with it? Well, I don't know. I can't help you there, sir. I said, gee, thank you. You've been so helpful. Kicked the frickin' door on my way out. So, I waited 5.5 hours just for them to reject the entire load, and now I'm supposed to pick up another load 2.5 hours away in Alabama of seed that delivers tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock down near Baton Rouge. So, what the F? Not freaking happy. So here's a question for you. What do you do when Walmart rejects your entire 44,000 pound load of watermelon and they put it all back on the trailer after waiting here for 5.5 hours? And I have another load to pick up. That's the big question, and now I'm just waiting. Alright, well now they just kicked me out. I was sitting there waiting, trying to find out what the hell I'm supposed to do with this. So they can waste 5.5 hours of my time, and I can't sit on their lot for a freaking hour. Not sure I'll ever be shopping at Walmart ever again. I hope they treat their employees better than they treat us. This is just bullshit.
2.25 miles. Turn right on I-22 East.
Waste all my time. You can waste my time, but oh, I can't sit there for an hour? Their time is so much more important than mine is. Fuck you, Walmart. Okay, well, here's what's happened. Walmart kicked me off their lot. I a look at that. Went over to this little truck stop right next door, where they charge you to pay to park, but I didn't think I'd be there long enough, so I didn't go in and pay. Nobody paid me. They did have crispy crunchy chicken, which was a beautiful day. Love that crispy crunchy chicken. And even early in the morning they had it ready, so got some of that. And Bo called me when I was on my way over there. He kind of bullied the broker, which he should, because basically that means the watermelons they gave me were already going bad in Florida. So now I'm taking it somewhere else, up in Missouri, of all places. The GPS wanted to route me up through Memphis and everything, but I would have gone through 4 weigh stations, and I don't want to deal with that again. I did burn off quite a bit of fuel after the ticket yesterday, and then also these watermelons, since they're decaying, is what Walmart claimed, they've lost a lot of their moisture, so actually they've lost a lot of their weight too. So scaled again at that little truck stop I was just at, and actually got it to scale out right. Well, still 66 pounds over gross, but I'll only hit one scale going this route, the route I chose, and I will have burned off enough fuel before I get there. I'm still over on the drives by about 300 and some odd pounds, but with the APU exemption, if you have an APU on your truck, they give you 500 pounds for that. So I'm okay there. It's just the 66 pounds over gross I need to burn off, which I'll do that, and no problem. It's a 190-mile drive, so I'll burn off plenty of fuel before that. So I know by the time I hit the scale, which is closest to where I deliver, then I'll be good to go there. So I've picked a route where I'm avoiding any other scales, so I won't have to deal with that overweight issue. I'm barely overweight right now anyway. If anybody were to give me a ticket for that. So thanks to Bo and Turquoise Trucking, they made the broker cough up another $700 to make me drive up to Missouri to finally get this off my back, which you got to do, because he said, well, you know, do you want to do that? When he called me this morning, I'm like, we got to get rid of this. What else are we going to do? It's not like you can just go anywhere and say, hey, you want 44,000 pounds worth of watermelon? Some rotting. I put the strap back in. Actually, Walmart did a better job at reloading it after they had reloaded it, because they took it all off and then reloaded it. And so it's a little more evenly distributed. I looked at a couple of the boxes, and you know, most of them look pretty good still. I did see in one box where, you know, it's showing signs of a little bit, maybe, you know, where they've been lying on the ground too long is essentially what it looks like. But probably for the most part, the majority of them are still pretty good. It's just Walmart, you know, they see some that don't look good, and they reject the whole load. So that's what's happening now. We're going up to, I can't even remember the name of the town, Kinnett, Missouri, I think is what it is. It's up there in the bottom little kind of shoe heel piece of Missouri. So, say 3.5 hour drive, had to wait out the 10, so I have enough time to get there. And then who knows what's going to happen after that. Obviously, I've lost my next load. So, this has just turned into the load from hell. Gotta love it, baby. Okay, well, now that I got here to Kinnett, Missouri, it makes sense why I'm here. This is Frey Farms, same company of where I picked up down there in South Florida. So I'm essentially bringing them back their own rejects. They've already put me into a door and are hopefully going to get me unloaded fairly quickly. Good old Bo at Turquoise already got me another load, picking up about an hour and a half away, going up to New York State for a Thursday delivery. So hopefully I can get all that done. I've hardly slept. Tried to nap a little bit while I was at Walmart, but I've been up since yesterday morning. So I want to get unloaded, get over to the next place, pick up. I'm going to fuel on the way before I pick up. Then I'm going to find someplace to park, and I'll probably put this video together, and then I'm horizontal, baby, yeah. Now onto some of the Ass-wagons. I was I in Missouri at this point? I think it was. Just made a left turn onto this other highway. Car cuts around in front of me, slams on the brakes, and makes a right turn. What an Ass-wagon! Really? That's a fucking bonehead. Move, asshole. And now the clutch trucker zoom in slow-mo. And now, after I delivered in upstate New York, I was heading to a Love's about 20 miles away in Bath, New York. I'd gotten off the off-ramp, turned left, coming down the road, and on the off-ramp from the other direction, this pickup just decides to pull out in front of me. And now the clutch trucker zoom and slow-mo. I've had so many people pull out in front of me in the past week, I keep telling my wife on the phone, so am I invisible? Obviously I must be invisible. So do I use my invisibility for good or for evil? And this one really cracked me up. Before I left that Wildwood, Florida truck stop on Monday morning, I get up, I pull my curtains back, I look in the mirror, and there's a cow! Get up, pull my curtains back, and look at this! A cow! I'm looking at my mirror there, there's a cow right near the back of my trailer on the grass, grazing. I assume this guy is the cow's handler, but I'm at a truck stop, a TA in Wildwood, Florida, and there's a cow eating grass at a truck stop. Hello! It's not often you see a cow at a truck stop. Thought it was weird. Yep, 5 days in the making for this video. I just got so busy I didn't have time to put everything together. But boy, you know, I kept telling my wife, am I invisible? Should I use my invisibility for good or evil? Evil. What do you think, Rusty? Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe. Please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes 2 or 3 days because I'm a working truck driver. Don't forget to ring that bell for notification, so you know when the new videos come out. Also, don't forget about Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. You're asking me to write for a guy who doesn't have a head. He was decapitated. How do I write for a guy who doesn't have a head? Come down here. No, that's not fair. You got to come down here first. All right, there it goes. Oh, see, you were jumping before. Now it's behind you. There you go. It's on the Clutch Trucker couch here, the newly remodeled, and enjoying it so much. Clutch Trucker remodeled sleeper. It's a beautiful thing. Oh yes, my bed up there. Loving it. All right, Rusty. Since it's been a few days since you've had one, you get a couple of them today, or 3 even. Yeah, buddy. Love them bacon strips. Crack cocaine for a dog. That's what they should just put on the package. Bacon strips. Your dog will eat it like crack. Right, Rusty? Oh, yeah. I think it's the closest thing to good drugs for dogs right there. The bacon strip. Because they don't leave anything behind, baby. It's all gone. Even that little piece right there. All right, give us the happy dog.